5v5. Oh, there are 5. What was going on? Did I just miss that there was people in the bottom slot? Maybe I'm losing my mind. All right, so we got Rave versus Pandemonium. Rave is going to be the red team in this one, and Pandemonium on the left. This is another EU Scrim. So let's see if this is going to be similar to our first EU Scrim that we did. If you remember last time we saw, who was it? It was Rakuzan versus Gold Diggers. And we saw a lot of really like more set pieces. So starting off actually very similarly where Dush in the keeper position dribbled up and looking for cutting striker. So I'd be interested to see if that's how this plays out, if it ends up being similar. As we talked about the differences between NA and EU for the gameplay so far. Oh, I just realized I left my... Sorry, guys, I always do this. Left my mini-map on. There we go, got that off. My apologies, everybody. All right, so I don't know if that's Dush or Dush. If anybody knows, let me know. Little skirmish in the middle. Trying to get to the outside. Picked up, though, by Pandemonium. Ooh, given right back, though, to Rave. Is Rave going to go back to keeper here? Tries to, but intercepted. Back to Rave, though, and it does finally find its way back to the keeper, which is going to allow them to reset up. So let's see what they do here. Man, I don't know. I feel like I keep getting some other inputs going on here. My mouse or something must be sliding and I don't see it. Nice try to cross there. Does keep it, but unfortunately gives it right back to Rave. Rave back to the keeper. So one thing I noticed in the EU play is they are much quicker to give it back to the keeper, which I think is very smart. Helps open up the field. Allows you to slow down the pressure. Oh, off the side wall. I actually didn't think that was going to make it on. I thought the defender was going to stop that. So very close play there. All right, ball brought up to the midfield. I think another thing that we noticed between NA and EU is I think EU tends to be pass first, dribble second, and NA I'd say is a little bit more 50-50. I don't want to say they're full-blown dribble first, but I think we see a lot more dribbling happening in the NA. And we talked about that before. I think it was Gold Diggers had like basically a 1-on-0 against the keeper. And with that, oh, sorry, big ball here. Yes, does find the corner. That is actually almost an identical play that we saw set up yesterday by Gold Diggers that would run. Basically, I'm not going to get the pass in here, but starting at the top of the box and finding them kind of in the corner. And unfortunately, the goalie had to get into a position where they're basically guessing which way they're going to go. And I think that's going to be a main scoring avenue as we see the development of competitive rematch. So 1-0. With about 3.5 minutes left. Try to get a long ball into the box, but doesn't really pan out there. Forgot what I was saying before that, so my apologies. Oh, I was talking about how they had the breakaway, and you see people go for those blades almost all the time in NA. We see very few self-blade setups, I feel like, in the EU, or at least we did in our first scrim, so we'll see if there's others. Oh, man, okay, I thought that went in just because of my latency with this being EU servers. I just have a slightly different ping than everybody else. So good save there by Dush, or Dush, again. If anybody knows what it is, let me know. Okay, good job by Rave to keep the pressure on. Oh, good ball into the middle, but going to be broken up by the defense. So a little bit unfortunate there for Rave as they're trying to find that equalizer. Nice ball off the side. Does he get the follow-up? Oh, good save there by Veins. That's exactly what you want from your goalie with just that one goal advantage. One goal is wonderful, but you'd love to get a second. There it is. Was that a header? I didn't see if that was a header or not. I kind of missed that. Let's see here. So we try to get a little bit of a... As we try to get... Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear my son. I'm not playing, buddy. I'm just talking about the game. Say good job. Yep. All right, so we'll see what Rave does here. Now down 2 goals. As I was saying, having 1 goal advantage is very nice, but 2 is so much more breathing room. Nice break up there by Veins. So very good defense and a nice another tackle. So that is exact. excuse me, exactly what you're looking for when you do have that advantage is just don't let them into the box. Just especially when you have two, like now you can play really slow defense. You don't have to be aggressive. Don't need to go for any crazy tackles. You've got a little bit of space. Nice job by Skimorph to get that ball out to the wing. Big ball here. Good save by Dush. All right, I don't know if that's ER2. I don't know how to say that name. Oh, I love that pass. Oh, man, not able to turn that into a shot. What a nice pass there. I thought for sure it was going to be a shot. And we talked about it before. It's probably like a little bit more last week that, you know, that extra touch ends up what really throws off the goalie. And this was something we've seen now. I think we saw it once in the EU game. Never saw it in any of our NA games, where from about the like 30-yard mark, you see somebody go real high off the wall into the corner to set up the receiver of that pass to do a really high cross pass. I haven't seen that in NA. I've seen people set it up themselves that way, but I've never seen the initial pass be the setup for that. So interesting to see that again. That definitely must be an EU tech, because I have not seen it in NA at all. So I love to see these little differences between the two regions. And from what I can tell too, if anybody in chat knows or anyone in YouTube after this, it definitely seems like EU's got a much stronger, robust community for rematch. And I think typically too, the EU tends to be a little bit more, I'll call it committed to the games that they like. So I'm interested to see how EU continues to develop. Good shutdown by Orf. So I didn't get my notes out in time. So those of you who know, have seen my games, I love to take notes on the different teams. So I got to set up my notepad now. It's Pandemonium. Oh, there's my other son. Hi, buddy. Versus Rave. And I believe this is a best of 5. 2-0. Okay, so I like to take notes so that way as we see teams go to tournaments or we get into other scrims, we can kind of start comparing teams against other teams that they've played, so to speak, if that makes any sense. And that's what I try to do. So this is my first time seeing Pandemonium and Rave, so thank you so much to both teams for letting me come in here and cast the match. I really, really appreciate that. That's very cool for me. Sorry, just got someone messaging me on the side for possibly another scrim, so that would be really cool. All right. All right, so Magdi playing slow. This is something... Okay, I was going to say, this is something I think we've seen... Whoa! Okay, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4? I think that was a 4 pass. Again, I think kind of a set piece. Interesting. So what I was trying to say is once the defense gets established and the goalkeeper has the ball, it is that like the NA side, I think, plays it very differently. NA seems like they just try to push upfield and dribble. We're kind of going back to the I don't want to call it like self-centeredness, but individualist play of NA and like that part of the culture where EU tends to be much more team-oriented. Okay, 1 second. My son is banging. Sweetie, no more, please. Can you go get mom? Go get mom. Sorry, he was banging on my other computer with a drumstick. So, as I was saying, you know, I do feel like some of those cultural differences come out. Whoops, sorry. In how the game is played. Sorry, trying to respond to this one more time about the next scrim that's coming up. Okay, sorry, I'm back now. Oh, man, totally missed that goal. That stinks. Sorry about that, guys. All right, no more Discord. I am focusing solely on the stream. Oh, a lot of space. It's very unusual to see so much space given to a player in that position. So sorry, totally missed the full development of that. Nice save there by Magdi. Okay, little toss and then immediate pass out. Does have to use the extra effort. Probably going to go right back to him. Yep. Oh, surprised he didn't go for a ground pass there. Nice break up there. Those are so difficult because he could have flicked that header any direction, and you just never know how that's going to end up playing out. So really good job by the defense making sure that goes in their favor. Ooh, good ball! Oh, I think that was my my ping again. I thought that went off the post, but I think that was a straight-up catch by Magdy. Very good pass into the middle. Vane's able to get it. Okay, slow playing it, which I think is fine. Samorf has a little bit of space. I'm surprised Magdy isn't dribbling out, to be honest. I think that, as I was saying before, we saw a lot more of that. Okay, there's that set piece again to break through the defense. So I wonder if that is something that is common to see in the EU or if this is something specific to Pandemonium, because that is twice now that we've seen that. Very interesting way to break through the defense when you're in that stalemate. I wonder if there's a gentleman's agreement where if you're up, you can't basically just sit with the keeper on the ball. I have a feeling that that's the case because you really, in this position, Pandemonium could just let Magdy sit with the ball and they're going to win. Until pressured, obviously. Good ball into the center. Off the crossbar. Ooh. Dush actually dives the wrong way and gets bailed out by the crossbar. I used to play goalie in high school, actually, so I loved when I got that assist when I wasn't able to get to the ball, so I know Dush is happy. So let's see, is Flush going to be able to get this Flux, sorry, into the middle? Not able to, as Aaron gets that defense right back to the goalie, and let's get that reset. So those of you who are here watching, really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in. If you want something different with the camera, let me know. In NA, most of the feedback I get is people want these wide shots so they can see the field develop. If you want more action shots closer to the action, let me know and I'll do my best. I really want to give you a great viewing experience. So, and if there's, you know, audio issues too, if the volume's too high for the music, too low for the mic, whatever, let me know. I take feedback well. And like I said, I want to give you a really good viewing experience. Okay, so they had to switch gloves here. Oh, Veins comes out a little bit. Okay, that gets a little scary sometimes. 2-on-1 opportunity, though. Back and forth. They do get the shot. Oh, good catch by Dush off the crossbar. That was very, very close, man. Holy moly. And you see my latency. I'm sorry, guys. My latency, you know, comes out a little bit. So it kind of looked like it went out and then in and then caught. So a little bit more exciting than it probably need to be, but boy, that was a close one. All right, so let's see, what is Rave going to do to break through this defensive stalemate that we talked about before? Okay, kind of just went for a 50-50 into the box. Didn't work out this time. Oh, tries to, oh, okay, I was going to say tries to self-set up that blade shot. Not going to get it. Has him on the right side, yes. Can you get the ball into the middle here? Okay, self-set up for the high pass. Oh, that was a great stop by Veins. Great shot by Aaron. I thought Aaron had it. I thought that was going to be a goal for sure. Okay, they're into open space now. Veins, yeah, good job by Rail to make sure that they're cutting off that middle area. Ooh, interesting use of the sidewall to set up that high pass. Nice job by Dush. 30 seconds left. Plenty of time to get the goal, to get that tie. Pandemonium, the blue team, is up 1-0 in this, I believe, best-of-5 series. I don't know if it's best-of-5 or best-of-3. But we'll find out after this one. Let's see how Dush ends up playing this one. Playing slow. Oh, overshoots a little bit. Is that going to be enough? Off the post. They're going to get one more opportunity. All right, so I find it a little interesting. Oh, I'm finding, wow, they went out and pressured him that time. Interesting. I was saying, I'm finding it a little interesting that they still are going for like that 50-50 play into the middle. I'm wondering if they don't have their own kind of specific setup for breaking out of that, where we saw Pandemonium with that. It was to the top, to the left, to right, square, pushed upfield, and then I think one more. So really interesting setups. And that was 1-0 for Pandemonium. Sorry, just making my notes here, guys. Again, those of you who are tuning in now, I take notes on all my scrims that I match, really just score. and then like if it's a best of 3, best of 5, and who won what, just to kind of keep tabs on future games and understand how teams that are facing each other may stack up based off of past experiences. So, and again, this is only my second time casting EU. It's been a lot of fun, very different. I don't know if pace is the right word, because I don't think the game is necessarily slower or faster, but it's definitely played differently. See, okay, and they went for that kind of 50-50 play there again. Let's see what they do here. Okay, and they kind of go for it again. Oh, no! Oh, and that unfortunate bounce over, that happens to me unfortunately too often. So unfortunately, it sounds like our second scrim is shut down by one of the teams, and that's completely fine. I understand some teams don't want it out there because they might be practicing some different tactics that they haven't in the past, and you know they either A, don't want it to be like a black eye on them because they don't perform the way they should because quote should because they're practicing something, or they got a tournament coming up and they don't want something out there. So totally not a problem. Thank you. I don't know how to say your name, Lena. I think it's Lenador. I don't know, but appreciate that offer and totally understand that sometimes I get shut down. So okay, look, I'm not trying to pick on Rave. Everyone who's watching my stuff knows I try to be really positive. The one thing that I think they're struggling with here is getting out of that. I'll call it like the defense lockdown. We talked about this last time in the EU. I think another thing that was very different from the EU game is how tight the man marking was compared to NA man marking. And so having to adjust to that and have a way to break through that, I think is going to be paramount moving forward for EU. And I'd be really interested to see how NA deals with that, because is their zone defense going to... I don't even want to say it's a zone defense because it's just like a loose man marking where I feel like they try to kind of jam up the passing lanes while being close to the person they're marking. I wonder if that fares different. Man, see, in Veins, that's like the third or fourth time from Veins that we've seen him shut down any type of offensive development. Well, I shouldn't say any type. Really, it's the shot at the end there. So doing a really fantastic job. All right, so Rave's setting back up. I think they've got to come up with a solution here. Okay, good ball. Here's the opportunity, and you see both players, both strikers, kind of streaking to that center box there. I don't know if that was a play or if they're just kind of moving. We'll have to see on the next one here. So good. Oh, man, I was going to say good slow play back and forth. I think we get the angle here. I think he went low. I didn't catch it specifically in the moment. So let's see here. So Veins immediately back to Flux. Yeah, it looks like they went low. We've talked to it ad nauseum about how good those low shots are, because when you dive, sometimes you dive high and it can just go right under you. Even though you guessed right or even reacted right, you might not get the save because of that low shot. So very good placement. Oh, Aaron! Good save by Magdi. That was probably the best look I think Rave has given. And that was kind of in transition. So, and here's another transition opportunity. Let's see if they're going to get it. Yes, beautiful placement. I love this shot. Let me see, I'm trying to get down a little bit. I think there was a lot of bend on this shot to get it into that upper corner. And so, let's see, I think he kind of like, one-timed it. Oh, actually, there wasn't that much bend. He one-timed it, didn't like super drill it, but really, really good shot. Lenador says, you're doing great, camera, but if you'll allow me a suggestion, use the R1, L1 to zoom in on intense moments, change in the box, take it in, then go back to panoramic shot. Oh, that's great feedback. Okay, I like that. So stay in the wide view, but use it as like a zoom in. That makes sense. Hey, I would love to, man. And sorry, guys, I missed that action there. So, reading the chat. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I'll try to do the zoom better. I like that feedback a lot. Yeah, one of the things I said earlier, too, is, please give me feedback about camera work or whatever. I don't know if you want me to ball chase. Like, that's the other thing is sometimes like, man, should I ball chase? So, like, kind of like maybe even come in like this. Okay, goalie gets it. Can kind of zoom back out. It's going to take my brain a little while to adjust that. Whoa, I went way too far out. It's going to take a while for my brain to adjust to that. So, let me know how I'm doing with it. Oh, good shutdown by ER2. I don't know how to say his name. Oh, these corner battles, we've talked about these before too. Just how important I think they're going to become in the competitive scene. Oh, okay, good shutdown there from Dush. Oh, immediately back. Oh man, those are scary, dude. I know I've seen those a lot when they like basically shoot it back. Oh man, those scare the crap out of me. Oh no, another bounce. Okay, Dush. Whoo. One of the earlier goals did go in with an unlucky bounce, so it's really unfortunate. You know, I think that's sometimes just like that's rematch. But yeah, it's just so tough. Sometimes you think the guy's going to catch it, he doesn't. That's a great ball to ER2. Good run. Keeper coming out. Gloves are changed. Oh, that's my ping problem right there. I thought it got through. It did not. Oh, another immediate counterattack here. Goes for the blade. And he gets it. Nice blade here right into the side there. So that's what we were saying before. And again, these guys will all absolutely destroy me. That is something I feel like we don't see as much in EU, where in NA it's just like blade after blade after blade. We see a lot more of those in the NA play. Oh, touched around. Okay, good job by the keeper. All right, my son's back here watching again. You want to say hi? You got to be a little louder. There you go. Good job. All right, so Rave is down 4-1. I noticed actually that the mercy rule is not on, so I wonder if that's a normal thing in EU. Oh gosh, I'm not used to using the zoom button, so I'm doing them backwards a little bit. I don't know if that's normal in EU scrims to not have the normal mercy rule. But yeah, so far, oh, another blade off the top. Okay. Oh, immediately back. Good save, Dush. Wow, why did I just lose sound? Okay, it's back. Oh man, so that is 3 straight for Pandemonium. Gonna add to my notes here. 4-1. Yep. Yep. No, I'm neither of the teams, remember? I'm just watching.